Hi everybody and welcome to the video, and today we're going to be talking why you can't buy a property with NFTs or cryptocurrency yet. Well, this one is a hot topic currently. We've seen massive swings in the value of Bitcoin, Doge, Ripple and other cryptocurrencies, mainly based on what Elon Musk says on Twitter, basically one of the most volatile currencies in existence. Also, we've seen the rise of NFT or non-fungible tokens, and whilst these aren't a cryptocurrency, they're a means of attaching ownership and authorship and originality to digital works of art, for example, although they could conceivably be used for other things in the future. We've already heard of somebody paying over $500 million for a non-fungible token, and indeed we've seen the first works of digital art sold with an NFT attached as a guaranteed certificate of authenticity. So this is likely to become a growth area, particularly in original works, and might even be attached to copyright, patents and other digital assets in the future.
Over £2 billion a year is overpaid on stamp duty, with up to a quarter of purchasers paying the wrong amount. From millionaire developers to residential homeowners, anyone may be affected by these errors. Contact us today to see if you have overpaid your stamp duty and owed a refund from HMRC.
But why can't you buy a UK property using one of these cryptocurrencies? Well, the answer is fairly straightforward. Generally, currencies are traded on a recognised exchange. They are generally currencies belong to nation states who have their central banks and are regarded as foreign. For example, the Bank of England regulates sterling, the US Fed regulates the dollar, and so on. The truth is there is no central bank for cryptocurrency. It doesn't have a nation state, and so it can't be a recognised currency, and so can't be exchanged or traded against other currencies. In actual fact, cryptocurrencies are an asset, a bit like an intangible asset like goodwill, or indeed any other valuable asset like a work of art, a vintage car, jewellery. And these, unlike recognised currencies, are chargeable to capital gains tax. Not a lot of people realise that foreign currency gains are actually exempt from CGT. And this is where Bitcoin and its sisters differ. They're actually regarded as a valuable asset rather than a currency, and are thus taxable. Now, because of that, if you were to try buying a property with a cryptocurrency, you wouldn't be paying in a foreign currency, which by the way the stamp duty legislation takes account of that, but rather exchanging one asset, the cryptocurrency, for the other asset, the house. There are rules about how you value non-monetary consideration, which this would be, as against how you deal with the rate of exchange if you take payment in a foreign currency. Basically, if you take payment in a foreign currency, the SDLT rules require you to take the exchange rate on the day of completion. Fairly easy to get that information. Interestingly, with the exchange of a non-monetary asset, you have to take the market value. Now, clearly, valuing cryptocurrency on any given day is fairly straightforward, and so it's kind of more akin to foreign currency. But for example, if I wanted to swap my house for your Mona Lisa, how would we value that? And that's often been the problem with exchanges of other assets for UK property. And of course there's also the problem with transmission and certification of value. Solicitors are not geared up to deal with non-monetary consideration. Exchanges of property, yes, I'll give you my house and £50,000 for your house. They know how to deal with that. But I will give you, for example, my house for the LaFerrari that appeared in an earlier video. Solicitors would be very, very nervous about that because they'd need to understand what the true market value of the LaFerrari is so that they can go and fill in the SDLT return. I think that's sometimes a little bit backwards because often there's an asking price for a property which is agreed between vendor and purchaser, which is then satisfied by the payment. If you and I have agreed a price, then that surely is the market value to me as the seller of the property of the asset you're offering. But these are some of the complexities of stamp duty. And this is the reason why you're not going to be able to buy a property with Bitcoin or an NFT yet. It's going to take time for things to become a little bit more mainstream. How long that will take? Well, only the market will dictate that. We've all got used to tap and go during the pandemic. We already do electronic transmission of money. Indeed, in truth, if you look at it in the real world, all of our money exists as electronic bits and bytes. It sits in bank computers. They don't literally have the pound notes. Gosh, I'm showing my age there. Sorry, folks. Pound coins and the notes sitting in their vaults. So the dividing line between cryptocurrency as an asset and general mainstream currencies is getting more and more blurred. And I predict within 5 years, almost certainly 10, there will be a means to pay for your UK property using Bitcoin. Now, at this point I should mention, we are the country's leading stamp duty experts. We've obtained over £15 million in SDLT refunds in the last 12 months and continue to correct the fundamental errors that are being made in SDLT. We also advise on the correct SDLT before you buy to make sure that you don't pay out more than you have to and have to go through the process of getting it back. You can find links to our website below. If you've liked this video, please click like. And if you want to hear more and get regular updates, please click subscribe. I've been David Hannah for Cornerstone Tax, and this has been Why You Can't Buy a Property with Bitcoin Yet. Thanks for listening.